The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Pauline Verzosa. President Bongbong Marcos said his administration is still having back-channel talks with China in light of Beijing's aggressive actions in the West Philippine Sea. The president said he will use all possible ways to keep the communication lines with China open. Pbbm said he is determined to convince China to stop harassing our vessels, like using water cannons and lasers.
I've said it many times, you should try everything. You don't know what effort was going to be successful. As any point of contact that I can establish, I will use it.
President Bongbong Marcos is now in Singapore to participate in the International Institute for Strategic Studies. He is expected to highlight the Philippines' position in the West Philippine Sea. And to get more updates, we have a mobile journal, Julie Baiza, reporting live from Singapore. Julie, good morning, and what can you tell us?
Pauline, President Bongbong Marcos arrived here in Singapore yesterday afternoon following his state visit to Brunei. He is scheduled to participate at the International Institute for Strategic Studies or IISS Shangri-La Dialogue on Friday. Marcos emphasized the significance of his participation in the forum as this recognizes the challenges currently faced by the Philippines, including the issues surrounding the West Philippine Sea. He also intends to articulate the Philippines' position legally, geopolitically, and diplomatically. Highlighting the importance of the West Philippine Sea to international trade, Marcos noted its implications for the global economy, extending beyond Southeast Asia, and the Indo-Pacific region. During the sidelines of the forum, President Marcos will be meeting with Singapore President Tharman Shanmugaratnam and Prime Minister Lawrence Wong to strengthen bilateral relations with Singapore's new leadership. He also intends to extend invitations for them to visit the Philippines.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other headlines. According to a Philippine Star report, the camp of Bamban Mayor Alice Guo is appealing for her biological mother to step forward. Guo's lawyer says her mother is the only one who can prove the mayor's identity. Guo earlier said she was born out of wedlock and that her biological mother was their kasambahay or helper. Meanwhile, Business World reports that new vehicle sales jumped by 22% in April. New automotive sales rose to over 37,300 units last month from just around 30,600 in the same month last year. Industry officials say positive consumer, business confidence, and stability in automotive finance boosted the sales. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. The Commission on Elections, or COMELEC, seeks to ban the use of artificial intelligence, or AI, during the 2025 midterm elections campaign. COMELEC Chairman George Garcia said they will convince the Commission and bank that AI is a threat to democracy and proper campaigning. In their letter to the NBank, Garcia expressed concern about the threat of AI-generated content like deep fakes and how it can spread misinformation among voters. The COMELEC is currently clarifying the aspects of AI that should be banned during the campaign.
Anong aspeto ng AI ang pagbabawal natin? Yung deepfakes ba talaga bang completely pagbabawal natin? Anong aspeto nun? Ang importante kahit paano ay may nakikita po kayo na paraan ng komisyon para naman kahit paanong pigilan at masugpo yung mga mali na nakikita natin kahit pa nga ito ay mga makabago.
Microsoft Philippines CEO Peter Maquera shares insights on artificial intelligence from their annual Work Trend Index. Here's an excerpt from his interview on The Big Story.
As much as 75% of your respondents say they're already using it. 3 out of 4 people essentially are using AI at work. Talk us through that, the significance of that, and How exactly are they saving time using AI?
I thought actually the number is higher. A really interesting statistic is that the Filipinos, there are 31,000 employees surveyed across 31 countries. 1,000 of them were Filipinos. What's really interesting is 86% of the early adopters are the Filipinos, which is higher than the global average of, let's say, 75% that are already using it. So I think it's very encouraging, actually. Like it reminds me of back in the day of Facebook, when the Filipinos were the highest users. And I think part of the reason is, we have the youngest population in the region at 25. So our workforce is born digital. What's amazing about it is it affects every job, every department, every function. So what I try to encourage companies is you start with a persona, right? So if I'm a recruiter, for instance, I could say, well, write me a job description for a computer programmer and the qualifications. And then I get 100 resumes, right? Then I put that in my file and I say, rank order and recommend for me the top 3 candidates based on the job I'm looking for.
Out of curiosity, Peter.
Is that crazy?
It's pretty crazy in the
pretty
sense that
crazy,
we're
but-
going beyond using AI to generate content now.
It's
now
actually
that's
choosing.
virtual assistant jobs.
Yeah, but that's what I
right?
wanted to ask. How were the picks of AI vis-a-vis your actual picks? Did they match up in terms of preference? Did AI perform?
So that's a really good question, right? Because the product's called Copilot. So you're still the pilot.
Right.
We just gave you a Copilot genius, but you're still accountable. Right? You still it's embedded with annotations, so you can actually trace the prompt and how you instructed it to do what it does.
Is that a risky proposition, allowing employees, or maybe not allowing employees, but having employees bring in their own AI? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it is, and it certainly can be, but you can contextualize, right? So if you're just using it to write recipes or plan your itinerary, you're not going to kill anyone or harm anyone. But the danger that you'll have is data privacy, right? So if you're in an open language model, your information is among the 25 billion pages in the internet that is being used to train data. So if you're taking company data, then you're at risk of that privacy being breached.
In the PBA, Barangay Ginebra and the Meralco Bolts are heading to a decisive Game 7. Meralco forced a 3-3 deadlock in the PBA Season 48 Philippine Cup semifinals after outlasting the Gin Kings with an 86-81 victory in Game 6 last night at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Bong Quinto led the Bolts with 23 points, while Chris Newsom and Alain Maliksi also came up big with 21 and 14 points respectively. The sudden death showdown will take place tomorrow in San Jose, Batangas. The winner will face the San Miguel Beermen for the championship. And those are the top stories of the hour. I'm Pauline Verzosa. We are One News.